Call me uncultured if you want to, I'll take that. But I really don't know anything about Wuthering Heights. I know that it is a classic novel. I know that it is a very well-known piece of literature. And I do read more than comic books and people, I promise. The new Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi, Wuthering Heights, and yes, the quotation marks are in the title, is releasing in February, and I don't know anything about this story. But what I do know is that this is one of the prettiest, dreamiest gowns I have ever seen, and I don't care what else they got going on. It's not my business. I just want this moment, this scene. That's not true. Okay, no, I will be watching. I will be paying attention. But to be perfectly honest, I would watch this movie on mute just to take in the costuming like I used to do a lot with 2004 Van Helsing. It was pretty. And I know that there is some discourse in the costuming and fashion streets because this is not period accurate, and I hear you, and that's valid. But I kind of like when costumers play with different time periods and incorporate different eras into their looks. I learned from one of my mutuals, Vanta Creates, that this is called anachronistic costuming. You should follow her, by the way. She does amazing cosplays and amazing fashion and costuming takes. A couple of my favorite examples of anachronistic costuming that pop into my head: Bridgerton. Even though they need to get back to those season 1, season 2 recipes. Lady Tremaine, or the evil stepmother from the 2015 live action Cinderella. I did a whole video about that. They didn't stick to the time period, and it works really well for that character. It doesn't always work. Belle from live action Beauty in the... I'm not even gonna do that this year. And in addition to this dreamy, iridescent fairy cord joint, they've shown us some other costumes from the movie, and it is all over the place, but I am intrigued. Reading the novel Wuthering Heights just never really appealed to me because I'm not gonna hold y'all. First of all, I don't like heights, so jot that down. And I don't know what it means to weather, but it doesn't sound pleasant, so I figured that was not something that I needed to be a part of, so I never read the book. And I know some things, maybe, no, I know that it is a tragic love story, but not a love story. It is a toxic love story, so we don't support it, but we will watch it. Heathcliff is supposed to be black? Who is Heathcliff? I will have a review and answers when this movie drops in February. No, before that, because I am attending 2 Wuthering Heights events next week, and the vibes are dreamy and ethereal, and I don't know what I'm gonna wear, but it's gonna be pink. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna take y'all with me because I feel like I should vlog more of my life like I used to back in the day, but I do cooler stuff now. I'm gonna take y'all with me. Let me know what you think of the costumes. Do not spoil the story for me. I don't care how classic it is. Let me be traumatized on my own. And I will see y'all on the next video.